Just in case you're wondering, most of us, we experience a little bit of a heat wave, but we're not alone. From the Midwest to the East Coast, we're all getting record-setting temperatures right now. Stoughton High School students are also helping with the search. One of them tells me that Emma, one of the girls that's missing, is a strong swimmer, and that's why they remain optimistic that the girls will come home safely. I wore my favorite earrings because I knew all eyes were going to be on Camp Randall as both teams take the field for a matchup that's sure to be hot. At this point, it remains unclear why the teams left, but Emma's mom says tonight they don't even want to deal with that. Tonight, they're celebrating their homecoming. We did see some interesting costumes, a couple of superheroes, and I also saw a guy in a banana suit, but he peeled out pretty quick.
A banana suit?
Banana suit.
All right. And he peeled out pretty quick. All right, thank you. Margo Spann reporting. Margo, thank you.
New this year, ghost fireworks. The organizer describes it as fireworks that kind of sizzle out from left to right. I hear that all of the fireworks that are going to be shown tonight come from the Midwest, and I hear that tonight's show is going to be so bright, you may actually need some shades. No major incidents and no arrests. That's what we're hearing from law enforcement officials down here, keeping tabs on the massive crowd.
We're very lucky just to all be able to get here and do what we do.
Saving lives is what firefighters do, and that doesn't stop when you're off the clock.
Well, I had actually seen smoke from probably 2-3 blocks away.
Thick clouds of smoke led Middleton firefighter Joe Gangler to this balcony. An elderly woman and her dog were trapped, and what happened next could be straight out of a movie.
Well, I grabbed a patio chair over there and was able to set it here and get a good enough grip on this pipe to climb up enough to grab the deck and get up there.
With flames at his back and only seconds to react,
and someone reached up and I was able to lower the dog down, and at that point I was thinking, I have no clue how I'm going to get this woman down.
Fate steps in, and 2 more firefighters, Kyle Annan and his dad, also come to the rescue.
There was flames shooting out the balcony window with an older lady hanging off with Joey Gangler up there with her.
A neighbor gives the men a ladder to get Joe and the woman off the balcony. But their work was far from over when, just like the smoke, the plot thickens.
I had flip-flops on, kind of danced, I grabbed my running shoes and sprinted over here.
Of course, off-duty firefighter Ted Higgins also dashes to the scene, and to his shock, he sees some familiar faces.
We couldn't believe that the other people were there, but we just didn't talk about it, just went to work and sorted out the details later.
The crew managed to get several people and their pets out of the building safely. And like true heroes, they're humble about what they did.
You just do the job that you're trained to do, and thankfully the training paid off.
The community here is breathing a sigh of relief as their prayers are answered, but the team's return is actually leading to more questions.
There was a lady, and she just thought she had to check her property, and she just went out this long path, and there they were to find them.
For the first time in more than 24 hours, Wendy Hanson-Haynes is breathing a sigh of relief because she knows her daughter Emma and Derek Seefkin are okay.
And then I get this phone call that she's with my friends that I left sitting out there, and that they had her. She was fine. They were both okay.
Investigators in Edgerton and Stoughton have been searching for the teen since Wednesday evening. Emma's mom says they were found in the same area investigators had been looking for them. Other than being a little dehydrated, she's relieved they're okay.
She's a little muddy, like up to her knees almost. Yeah, all sorts of stuff in her hair, yeah. I think a shower is the first thing she's going to want, but while she's in the shower, I better be getting some dinner because I know that's the next thing that she's going to want is some food.
The teens are talking with police tonight, but they will have to answer to their parents tomorrow.
It doesn't matter because she's here. Anything that's upsetting her or troubling her, anything, we can deal with it because she's here with us.
Texting and driving is illegal in Wisconsin, and a group of teens is working to get the message out across the state and hopefully save the lives of other teens.
Are you texting? You're supposed to be texting and driving.
Keep your eyes on the road. That's the message teens are passing on to their classmates.
You passed the yield sign?
Jackie Betka is one of the students brave enough to attempt to navigate this roadway on a bicycle while sending a text message.
Very confusing. I tried to get it, but I tried to get it as perfect as possible, but it just couldn't. It wasn't possible.
Students from the Milwaukee area created this interactive obstacle course that includes traffic signals, pedestrians, and a talkative passenger to demonstrate the dangers of distracted driving.
A text isn't worth dying over or getting hurt over.
More than 600 students statewide gathered this week in Wisconsin Dells for the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America Summit. Representatives from AT&T brought The Last Text, a documentary showing what can happen when you text and drive.
The statistics say they're 23 times more likely to be in an accident. When you combine that with the fact that teens are 5 times more likely to be texting than the average adult, it pretty much puts a spotlight on where the biggest part of the problem lies.
Didn't even start her text.
Like many of the teens in this room, Jackie isn't able to drive yet, but hearing this message from her peers helps drive the point home.
Most teenagers, they just don't really understand yet. They just haven't been experienced enough. Maybe that's what I think. They just don't understand how bad it could get.
Now, after completing the obstacle course, the teens received a thumb band to remind them that texting can and should wait.
And this is what the thumb bands look like.
Yep, and it says texting kills.
That is such an eye-opener.
Most of us were double and even triple checking the date on the calendar today to make sure that we didn't have the month wrong. And I know that a lot of folks that were enjoying the day out today said that they couldn't believe that we were experiencing these summer-like temperatures. Friends and fun. Elliot Hotchkiss is spending the day with his best friend, Hanshan.
We just went to the park and then we're going back to my house.
The fellows took a break from school to cool down with some sweet treats, all to celebrate Elliot's birthday.
It's the best day we ever had. It's the best thing on the world.
But they weren't the only ones enjoying Wednesday's heat wave.
It's great to see people out enjoying the weather and being outside, and everyone's always in a better mood on a nice day. So
you couldn't keep folks from soaking up the sun on Bascom Hill. Even with flip-flops out in full force, some folks were still thinking about the S word.
I was looking for a little bit of a cozy blizzard, but I guess maybe we'll have to see if it still comes.
I get too much snow each winter, and I think this is incredible to have warm weather so early.
These coworkers got